Welcome back to Awakening to Your Story TV, the place to learn, get inspired, and be supported with heart centered solutions for your everyday life. I'm your host, Alicia Hartzell, and today we are going to be adding to your emotional tool library with a tool that I lean on personally myself and actually have been talking a lot about with my clients and friends lately. And that tool is your 12 inches from your head to your heart. Now, this may sound like a funny tool, but it is a powerhouse. It changes your biological game, right? As we walk through today's video on this emotional tool, I'm going to link the blog below because I have it all written up, and we're going to get into some kind of technical step-by-step things. And I want to make sure you have that to look at and reference. And we're going to be linking to a lot of other emotional tools that really support this tool. All that will be on the blog, and the links will be below. Okay, now let's look at this 12 inches from your head to your heart. First, where we're starting, which is our head, and then we're going to look at our heart, and then we're going to look at how, step by step, to go from head to heart, right? We talk a lot about the emotional heart and your brain here at Awakening to Your Story. And we're going to start with the brain. And I want to go back and reference 4 emotional tools that really walk you through your brain structure, thought patterns, the inner narrator, and how to activate your superpower of metacognition, right? Mindfulness, mental, emotional time travel is a great tool that actually helps you really understand that kind of structure of your brain and how to step into this powerful place of being the one who makes the choices as life happens, right? You actually become an active participant when you step in and use that tool. We've got positive bias and metacognition, right? Metacognition, your superpower, and creating positive bias really helps you understand that you have a power to scan through your life and scan for what feels good, not just naturally run on your natural negative bias, right? And then you have the jellyfish beach, which is all about passive thinking and being an active participant on choosing your passive thought. And then your inner voice and your inner narrator, and really being able to step in and be the writer director of that narrating that you do second nature, right? Now, all of these are designed to really help you become more conscious in your life. And in doing that, you actually see that your whole being is really about being the writer, director, main character of your story, right? You don't have to live on autopilot. You can really step in and be an active participant in how you want to feel and where you want to go and all the things that you want to accomplish and feel in your lifetime, right? Now, let's talk about the heart. We talk about the heart in so many different ways here. The 3 that I want to reference today, existing tools that we already have, right, is your emotional heart map. It really helps you see the big picture of what's going on within your emotions. Mini meditation, which we will activate later in our example, and positive cellular memory. All of this really is about that emotional, physical experience you have with your heart. But what I want to do is go a little bit deeper because there is a powerhouse happening within you, whether you realize it or not. I have said powerhouse twice today in this video. It's because your heart, on an emotional level, but also on a biological level, is so incredible. Now, I'm going to read it directly from my notes because I'd want to make sure I get all of the verbiage accurate. But your physical heart communicates with your brain and your body neurologically with nerve impulses, biochemically with hormones and neurotransmitters, biophysically with pressure waves, and energetically with its energetic field. So basically, if you look at your heart, it's not just a muscle that pumps blood through your body. It actually is sending impulses that help control how you feel and participate with the world around you. That is incredible, right? Now, I love thinking about your heart as having its own emotional intelligence, right? The Heart Math Institute talks a lot about this, and they study just how powerful this pumping muscle is. It doesn't just pump, it actually is like a second brain, right? It really is communicating with your whole being. The Heart Math Institute says that your heart intelligence is an organized central intelligence that is a high-speed intuitive source of wisdom and clear perception. Now, that's pretty incredible, right? And it's something that we don't actively think about. We allow it to passively move us through our life and we respond to it. But when you take yourself off of autopilot and you utilize your brain and your heart together as an emotional tool, the outcome is you feel better in your life, you feel better in your body, and you actually find a coherence on a biological, emotional, physical level that allows your mind really to create access to your innate intelligence and wisdom. And then it creates even more capabilities with how you move through your life, right? So, did you realize that your heart can actually, like the energy of your heart can actually be measured 3 to 4 feet outside of you, right? And so, if you're frustrated, that energy pulses all the way out. And you've probably been around people where you can feel their frustrated energy. But on the other hand, you can feel when people are in alignment and coherence. I bet you have been around people where just being in the same space with them makes you feel a little bit more at peace and at ease. And part of the reason that is because they are in alignment with themselves. Their heart and their brain have created a coherence. And that coherence is biologically pulsing out beyond them, right? Just imagine that untapped tool that you have within you to shift how you're feeling in the world around you, right? So we're going to walk through this stepping into ownership for the 12 inches from your head to your heart, right? And really finding alignment in that space and the coherence that is readily available for you there, right? I want you to understand and really see what it's like when you're knocked off kilter, right? When you're incoherent, when you're not feeling good, right? You may have a situation in your life where you are saying, oh, I know this thing, but then you don't feel it, right? Like anytime you are stepping into a place where the information around you is frustrating, right? There's a frustration there, that rub is an indicator that your heart and your mind are not in alignment. It's a really valuable indicator. It really helps you stop and allows you the opportunity to get into a place of alignment, right? When you're feeling this mismatched energy within yourself, this tool gives you the opportunity to slow things down and to find a place where you feel better. Now, I want to walk you through an example. I actually have on the blog post, I have a completely different example. And I was thinking about it. I had a viewer put a comment in yesterday. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just use that as an example? because it's really important, I think, to have examples that are tangible for you. So, as you're stepping into this place where you can create ownership for what we're doing right now, we're going to use the example of being left out, right? This idea of not being included, right? I actually, as an adult, have experienced this recently. I have a good friend of mine who is experiencing it in a circle of friends that she's in, and the viewer yesterday who I was chatting with had the example too. And so I was like, let's do this. This idea of people pushing you out, right? Being left out of that space. We're going to use that as our example today. You may have this thing inside you that says, "Oh, I'm a good friend. I deserve to be included." But you don't feel it, right? You may say, "I deserve, I want, I think, I can," but then you keep running scenarios in your head, circling the drain about how you feel so betrayed, how you feel so wronged, right? That frustration is your indicator to step back into alignment, right? Now, these are the steps. I broke it down as easily as I could. When you get the hang of it, you will not have to go through all of these steps. You can probably just step into a place where you're actively churning through thoughts. But let's do it step by step today. The first step is notice your misalignment, right? We talked about that rub, that frustration. Notice it. The second step is to get neutral and balanced. The third is to scan for your heart intelligence. Don't worry, we're going to walk through. Then we're going to walk the negative thought down to the heart. We're going to filter the negative thought through that heart intelligence. Then we're going to scan for your logical next step. And then we're going to work on repatterning your thoughts, right? Okay, so let's walk through each one because I know it's abstract. First, we're going to notice the misalignment. Your heart rate is up. You're circling that negative thought over and over again. You feel that rub, right? Indicator. Step into activating my emotional tool because I don't want to feel this way, right? I don't want to keep perpetuating the suffering because that keeps me linked to them and the suffering, right? If we're using this idea of like being left out from a group. The second is to get neutral. Now, this one is a little bit more tricky, but if we activate the mini meditation tool that we have in our toolkit, it is really helpful. So we're going to walk through that right now. Basically, what a mini meditation is, and as it applies here, is you close your eyes, you put your dominant hand on your heart, and then you visualize your life like a movie passing before you, right? You are the main character. You're the writer director. It's passing before you like a movie. And your hand on your heart is actually you pressing pause on the movie, right? You stop it. You stop all the chatter. Nothing's being created. You're just on pause, right? And as you press the pause button, you allow yourself to take deep breaths. I personally love square breathing, where you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. And you allow your attention, pressing pause on your heart, right? You draw attention there, passively activating that heart intelligence. You gift yourself that biochemical response of slowing everything down with your breath. And you do not think another thought, right? This is your mini meditation. You are paused. You're not focused on anything. It doesn't matter what thoughts are going on, it's on pause. Giving yourself a few minutes to just be here slows everything down. And it allows your brain to quiet and your heart to activate, right? So you just take a minute, take a beat, and you can feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel that biochemical change within your body, right? The next is step 3 is to scan your heart intelligence. Now, my favorite way to do this is using the emotional tool, Positive Cellular Memories. which is where you activate memories. Actually, I have a whole book. Let's see. Where is it? Oh no. I usually keep it right here. Positive cellular memories. Here you go. Where I have photographs and things written from positive memories that spark ultimate joy, right? Because I worked really hard to create a positive bias, right? So I have a library, I have multiple books like this where I am really just creating ownership for positive cellular memories, right? So while you have your hand on your heart, you activate every cell of your being into a positive state, right? That is scanning for your heart intelligence. It's activating all of the positive things. So you're on pause, you take your breath, and step 3 is to just bask in things that feel good, right? Bask in memories that feel amazing. Step into a place where you remember laughing, right? Where you felt a tickle of magic, right? We all have them. If you don't have them easily accessible to you in your mind, then you need to step in and create ownership with the positive cellular memory bank, right? But as you step into that tickle, that joy, that laughter, that place of positivity, right? You're allowing that heart intelligence to take front stage, right? And you're allowing every cell of your being to not only calm down, but be activated into that positive space, right? Okay. Next step, now that you're in that more positive place, you're going to go into step 4, which is walk the negative thought down into your heart. So you take the thought. I am a visual person, so I like to think about it as an external thing that I'm actually walking down to my heart, right? So our example is I want to be included. I want to feel connected. I want to be included, right? So you just take it down. You don't let it get activated by any of the negative. You just walk it down to your heart and really allow it to visually in your mind's eye be walked down to that heart space, right? I know it sounds silly. Trust me, works. Take another deep breath. And then we're going to activate the 5th step, which is allowing your thought to be filtered through your heart intelligence, right? Be filtered through that energy, right? When you step into somebody who's incoherent, in a state of coherence, in a state of heart balance, and you feel good in their energy, you feel good in that space, you're walking that thought down into your own coherence, into your own heart magic, right? As you do that, you slowly start to open the curtain on a dark room, right? I love visuals, again, visual learner. So think about it as if literally you're in a dark room and the curtain's open and the light is pouring in on that thought, right? And then what I want you to do is allow it to really filter through. Start thinking about it through that filter, right? As you do, what shifts and changes, right? So I want to be included, right? What thoughts shift when it's in that light? When it's in that light of your heart, what is your heart saying about it, right? Maybe you're like, wait, this isn't my core group of people. Whoa, wait a minute. My heart is telling me those are not kind people. If they will act like that and push me out and do all that, wait a minute. Then there's only going to be more suffering down the road. I don't want to choose people who are unkind. I don't want to force myself into a situation that doesn't feel good. wait a minute. I want kind people in my life. These are not ever going to be my core people. I want core people that are kind and loving and feel good to be around. Wait, oh no, I can't, I don't have that. No, it's not about what you have or don't have. Bring it back down to your heart. Oh, I wonder if my people are coming. I want to feel good. I want to feel like this. I want to feel good. I want my interactions with people to feel good. I want to be included in things that feel good to me, not things that are going to feel bad later, right? When you get into that heart coherence and you listen through that heart filter, you might be surprised at the ideas that come into your mind, right? When you're thinking through that second brain, that heart intelligence, that higher level thinking, right? My people are coming to me. That feels good. I may not have them yet, but my people are coming. My people are coming. And let me tell you, that has been a thought that has actually worked for me. My people are coming. And then they came. And I had no idea where they were going to come from, but they came. They showed up, right? You have to just settle into that place within your heart where that higher level intelligence is, right? And now what you do is the sixth step is you scan for your next logical step forward, right? Because that's what we all need and want. We want to move forward in our lives. We're designed to keep moving forward, but we want to do it through that heart intelligence. We want to do it through that sense of alignment, that inner alignment, right? Where our mind and our heart are really together, right? And so as you're scanning, just scan. What's my next logical step forward? You ask your heart, and then you wait and listen for what comes up. Maybe it's my next logical step is to stop focusing on them. I want to be included and I want them to do, actually, they're not kind. Why am I focusing on them? I feel excluded because I'm focused on them. Oh, crap. I need to focus on me, focus on my heart. The next logical step forward is to continue to be a good friend to myself, to keep practicing this alignment, and then calling in people who have that same kindness, who have that same inner knowing for themselves what is good and right? When you step into a place where you are allowing your heart to lead, when you are allowing that inner intelligence to be what helps you move forward, you will feel better in your life, right? The next step is step 7, to repattern your thoughts. Now, the tendency is going to be, once you get to that place, you get into alignment and you step back out into the world feeling better, the tendency is going to be to follow the negative path of thinking again. It's just the natural way of surviving, of moving through your life. And your job is to repattern. The Jellyfish Beach tool helps you really understand that you have the power to choose where you put your thoughts, where you put your feelings, right? And that's why this is the 7th step. You've done the work to get into alignment. You've done the work to really find that coherence and inner balance for yourself, the place where you already on a biochemical, physical level feel better, where you're sending impulses out into your body that feel more aligned. You're there. And then the old pattern of thinking and feeling and being is running in the background. And your job is to go, I see you. I'm off of autopilot. And now I'm going to make a choice to think and feel something different. And the Jellyfish Beach tool really helps give you visuals so that you really see just how much power you have in that moment, right? In that moment of choosing a thought that feels better, right? So I want you to know that that frustrating moment where you are thinking one thing but feeling something else is the perfect place for you to step back into alignment. Utilize this tool, step back into alignment and coherence, and find your power to feel better. And in doing so, what will happen is that the scenario in front of you will change, right? Once you feel better and you're in alignment here internally, the external dynamics will also shift in your favor. And that, my friend, is beautiful. Okay, this is a lot of information. I am here. Write me in the comments, go to the blog post, like and share the video. And I want you to know that until next time, I am holding a place of absolute love and appreciation for you, where your power to be in alignment and to find coherence and to feel better in your life, well, it's undeniable.